Okay, so you think YouTube is a website where people upload videos and some ads play, you watch a video, you sit through an ad, maybe you skip it after 5 seconds. Free platform, ads pay for it. Simple. That's the story, right? Wrong. Here are some numbers that don't add up if you believe that story. Over the past year, YouTube generated more than $60 billion in revenue, more than the entirety of Netflix, one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, making a single division of Google's parent company, bigger than an entire streaming empire most people would call a direct competitor. And here's what really breaks the simple picture. The fastest growing part of that 60 billion isn't advertising at all. It's subscriptions, now expanding faster than the ad business that built the platform in the first place, and closing in on a third of total revenue on its own. YouTube isn't a video website with some ads bolted on. It's 6 distinct compounding revenue engines wearing a single play button as their front door. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what they are, how they quietly reinforce each other, and why the platform most people still think of as free with ads is quietly becoming something else entirely. Let's start with where this actually began, because the origin explains almost everything about the shape of the business today. In the mid-2000s, 3 former employees of a payments company built a simple website for uploading and sharing video clips, at a moment when uploading a video to the internet was still genuinely difficult for an ordinary person. There was no grand monetization plan. The entire early thesis was just, make video upload effortless and people will use it constantly. And they were right. Within about a year and a half, the site had grown so fast and become so central to how people were sharing video online that Google acquired it for around $1.6 billion, a number that struck plenty of outside observers at the time as wildly overinflated for a company with almost no revenue and a mounting bandwidth bill. What that acquisition actually bought wasn't a revenue stream, it was an audience, at a scale nobody else had assembled. Everything that generates money today was built on top of that foundation, one layer at a time. The first and still largest mechanism is advertising, and it works through the exact same auction logic that search advertising runs on, adapted for video. Before a video plays, during it, or alongside it, advertisers bid in real time for the chance to reach a specific viewer, based on what that viewer has watched, searched, and engaged with before. That auction runs constantly, across an enormous library of content, and the platform takes its share before paying creators the rest. This single mechanism generated north of $40 billion over the past year alone, and it's the reason the platform can afford to keep hosting an effectively unlimited amount of video content without charging viewers a cent to watch it. Every ad format serves a slightly different purpose. Some ads you can skip after a few seconds, designed to at least register a brand impression, even if you don't watch the whole thing. Others are short and unskippable, designed purely for message retention. And increasingly, ads are being woven directly into short-form video feeds, a format built to compete directly with rival short video apps, and one that in some markets already earns more per hour watched than traditional long-form advertising does. The second mechanism is the one growing fastest, and it's reshaping the entire business: subscriptions. The premium, ad-free tier, bundled with an ad-free music streaming service, has quietly built a subscriber base in the hundreds of millions, and it now sits alongside a live television subscription package that lets people replace a traditional cable bundle entirely. Channels, live sports, and all. Combined, these subscription products pulled in somewhere around $20 billion over the past year. And here's the part worth sitting with. That number is growing faster than the advertising business that made the platform famous in the first place. Ask yourself why that matters. Advertising revenue rises and falls with the broader ad market, with economic cycles, with how much brands feel like spending in any given quarter. Subscription revenue doesn't behave that way. It's recurring, it's predictable, and once someone's paying monthly for an ad-free experience bundled with music and downloads, the psychological cost of cancelling starts to feel a lot like cancelling any other utility bill. The platform isn't just selling attention to advertisers anymore. It's selling a subscription lifestyle to viewers directly, and that shift changes the entire risk profile of the business. The third mechanism sits almost invisibly inside the second one: music. The ad-free subscription tier is bundled with a full music streaming service, competing directly with dedicated music platforms, and it's become one of the primary drivers of subscriber growth across the whole ecosystem. This matters structurally because it means the platform isn't just retaining video viewers anymore. It's retaining music listeners too, a completely different daily habit, layered onto the same subscription. Two different reasons to keep paying every month, bundled into one bill, each one making the other harder to cancel. The fourth mechanism is the live television subscription package, functioning as a genuine replacement for a traditional cable subscription. This is a fundamentally different kind of revenue from anything else on this list, because it's not really competing with other video platforms at all. It's competing directly with cable and satellite providers, an entirely separate, decades-old industry, with its own enormous customer base still paying monthly for channel bundles. Live sports rights, including marquee football broadcasts, har beinfulla ecosystempaket Anthaplafor has quietly become one of the largest pay television operators in the country, a sentence that would have sounded absurd to describe a video sharing website a decade ago. The fifth mechanism is the rental and purchase storefront sitting inside the platform, letting people rent or buy movies and shows directly, functioning as a small but genuine transactional counterpart to services like a digital movie store. It's not the biggest number on this list, but it captures a category of spending, people willing to pay once for a specific title rather than subscribing to anything, that would otherwise go entirely to a competitor. The sixth mechanism is the newest and the one most people have never consciously registered: commerce. Shopping features now let creators tag products directly inside their videos, turning a review or a demonstration into a direct point of purchase, with the platform taking a cut of every sale that flows through it. This is the same instinct that built the advertising auction, monetizing attention, applied to an entirely new transaction type. A viewer doesn't have to leave the video, search for the product elsewhere, or lose the moment of interest. The purchase happens right where the attention already is. Here's what actually ties all six of these together, and it's the real secret behind why this single division inside a much larger company is now worth an estimated figure north of $500 billion on its own. These aren't six separate businesses sharing a homepage. They're six loops feeding the same underlying asset: total time spent watching. Every additional minute someone spends on the platform is a minute that can be monetized through advertising, that strengthens the case for keeping a subscription rather than canceling it, that makes the music tier feel more essential, that makes replacing a cable package feel more natural, that surfaces more products to buy inside more videos. Growth in any one of these six areas doesn't just add revenue in isolation, it makes every other stream slightly more valuable too, because they're all drawing from the exact same pool of human attention, just monetizing different slices of it simultaneously. And the platform's own data confirms this is accelerating, not slowing down. Viewers are now watching hundreds of millions of hours of content daily, just on connected television screens, not phones, a shift that matters enormously because television viewing sessions run longer and command higher advertising rates than mobile sessions do. Short-form video content is being watched hundreds of billions of times a day, an entirely new category of consumption that didn't meaningfully exist a decade ago, now monetized through its own dedicated advertising pool. Even podcasts, historically an audio-first format living on completely different platforms, are increasingly being consumed as video directly inside this ecosystem, on television screens, adding yet another content category and yet another advertising opportunity to a platform that started as a place to upload a shaky video clip. None of this happened by accident, and none of it happened without real financial risk along the way. For years, the platform operated at a loss internally, essentially subsidized by the rest of its parent company's advertising business, because the bandwidth and storage costs of hosting an ever-growing library of video were enormous, and the monetization systems needed time to mature. The decision to keep investing through those unprofitable years, rather than restricting uploads or charging viewers outright, is exactly what built the scale that makes all six revenue streams possible today. A smaller platform, with a fraction of the content library and a fraction of the daily watch time, simply couldn't support an advertising auction this liquid, a subscription base this large, or a live television package with this much negotiating leverage over sports broadcast rights. So here's what you're actually looking at. The next time you open the app to watch one video, and somehow look up 40 minutes later, not a video website that happens to run some ads. 6 interlocking revenue engines: advertising, ad-free subscriptions, music, live television, digital rentals, and in-video commerce, each one reinforcing the other 5, all built on top of a single resource that costs the company nothing to acquire and everything to hold on to: your attention, one more minute at a time. That's not a video platform anymore. That's an entertainment company, a subscription business, a cable provider, and a marketplace, all wearing the same play button. If this changed how you think about the platform you open without even noticing anymore, that's exactly what this channel is here for. Pulling apart the hidden machines behind the businesses everyone thinks they already understand. If you got something out of this, drop a like. It genuinely helps this reach more people asking the same questions. And let me know in the comments which of these 6 engines surprised you the most. Subscribe if you're not already, because we're breaking down another one just like this next time. See you in the next one.